student numbers, and how the students are operating, and obviously for announcing this new initiative which Cambridge has of supporting the teacher network. But also we have now, we've the right person to reply to this. We will hear from a teacher as to how the support for international English is actually working in the classroom. We'll call on Ms. Saxena Björk to give us her insights. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I must say, Mr. Malviya, you stole my thunder. I was the one who was given the topic opportunities for the 21st century English teacher, and you are the one who announced the opportunity to the Cambridge University. So how fair is that? Jokes aside, ladies and gentlemen, you'll probably agree with me that all the conferences and workshops that we've attended in the last decade make us realize with increasingly greater intensity that the world is changing rapidly. But despite all these extraordinary changes that have been happening in the last few years, one thing has remained unchanged. And that has also come out through the discussion by the panelists before me, that more and more people want to learn English over the years. So learners of English are increasing in numbers every day, and they are decreasing in age. And this makes English one of the most important languages of the world. And by inference, it makes English language teachers one of the most important teachers in the world. This in itself, after Cambridge English Teacher, this in itself is a huge opportunity for English teachers who are poised to influence the future. And those who wish to influence the future must prepare for it. And how do these preparations begin? I think by understanding the needs of the learners of the 21st century. Whatever has happened on our session so far, I'm taking a slightly different angle from the ground, from the point of two important stakeholders of the school, the students and the teachers. And this video that I have here, a short video, begins by showing us some learners who are trying to define what they expect from their English teachers. For the 21st century teacher, but then again every challenge is actually an opportunity in disguise. As we see in the video, learners already engage extensively with technology and they expect it to be used by their teachers. We teachers, on the other hand, are digital migrants, if we have to call our learners digital natives. And to fill this gap and to benefit from the opportunities, we need to adjust our pedagogic approaches to take advantage of the transformed learning environment and the immense technology tools that are available to us now. We as teachers need to rethink, reinvent, to go beyond the chalk and talk, to go beyond the pen and paper. For example, as in composing skills or composition, we need to stretch the definition of writing skills to include emails with photographs, or writing news for a real audience, maybe publishing the news on the school website, or making your own class magazines or class books or something. Even perhaps blogging, and even maybe texting also. Writing skills can be stretched to include texting, blogging, and even video journalism, I would say. There's a girl, she got a bicycle. They are writing their diaries and journals to. This is a new project that came, the Flat Stanley project, that was in partnership with the British Council. Maybe a lot of the schools here know about it. The British Council gave that as an opportunity a couple of months back, and it's become a big hit this year. And we only experimented with one class, and with class 4. And next year we are going to take it on as a huge exercise. We are creating a big Stanley who's going to go around everywhere with the students, and even the parents will be taking the Flat Stanley. And the children are simultaneously maintaining a diary about it, writing about their experiences at different places. Using these, the ERS, the ActiveVote devices, to quickly, that's also part of the way we've embedded technology. So they do these ActiveVote devices, there's a multiple choice grammar, say, worksheet there, and they do it, and then they know where their mistakes are, so we can fill in all those learning gaps that occur. A word of caution when we are using technology and embedding it into the curriculum, which we realized as we were experimenting, is the technology must be used only as an enabler, not as a distractor, because there is a big chance in the beginning for children to get so caught up with the technology that the language component gets forgotten about for a moment. I'm just showing you a video which is a sample news report that our class 9 has made as a BBC News school report. BBC, we are doing it as a partnership program with the British Council, and British Council gives students this opportunity to make their own news reports for a real audience. It has been put up on our own school website. It was there yesterday. Today something else will be coming up, and it is also on the British Council website. To show you that video that they have created. It's been created with very ordinary tools in the class school, so the sound may be a little not so good, but the language objective has been met.
Iman, you are watching the News School Report project, and you are reporting to DF Public School India for the road practice music. Facebook and Twitter are fast becoming an integral part of our lives. As we complete its 8th anniversary, now we are in this zone about what it means for us.
On Saturday, the 4th day of February 2012, the world's most popular social networking site, Facebook, turned 8. Launched in 2004 at Harvard University in Mark Zuckerberg's laboratory room, Facebook revolutionized the lives of millions across the world. So here we are in front of class 9A to hear the news of Gen Y on Facebook. So how many of you are active users of Facebook? Wow, that's a majority. Careful when it comes to communicating with your friends. Your Facebook account or your email account. Without the alternative for Facebook, because it helps us. It is fun to create and use in-person messages, write status, and write anything on our friends' timelines. So, indeed, Facebook is very popular when it comes to teenagers. This is Navya, DF Public School, India, signing off.
Thank you, Navya. The London Olympics are going to kick off very soon, and we're all very excited about it. Our BBC News School reporter, Rishabh, got down in the field and got to know what the students of DF Public School, India, think about it.
So here I am to conduct a poll in front of you. The question is, will you follow the 2012 Summer Olympics at London? Please write yes or no on your sheet and put it in the full box. The Olympic fever is on. Since the Summer Olympics are arriving, a poll was conducted at DF Public School that showed 75.4% students will follow the Summer Olympics, while 24.6% students will not. But the core question still arises: what are India's prospects at the 2012 London Olympics? Looking forward to the event with high hopes. This is Rishabh signing off at DF Public School.
Excuse me.
That's all for today. Catch you all on the next BBC Practice Music.
Thank you. So this was, the tools were just an ordinary video camera. It was done, it was a work for the class 9s, and the language objective did get met to a certain extent. Finally, I've been asked to raise some questions, and I'll raise them in the minds of every English teacher here through this self-evaluation checklist for English teachers, whether she's availing the opportunities that the 21st century is providing to her. So here's the checklist. Are you a 21st century teacher of English yet? I think you can respond to that in the session. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your patience and the opportunity. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for that. I think it's very useful to hear the learner perspective, and also I think you were very frank about the challenges that are facing teachers as they come towards this new technology, new ideas. We're slightly running late, but I think we do have some time for questions. So if there are any questions from the hall, if you'd like to stand up and state your name and which institution you're from, I'm sure the panel would be happy to receive any questions. A bit of silence there. But certainly what's the question in my mind is very much around this new framework which Arun is kindly.
Also, keeping in the background David Bredol's report of the future of English, and the fear, or probably now the reality, that there are more users of English as a second language